Yep. You were all over this yesterday. This statement from the Archbishop or the Cardinal in charge of the Archdiocese of Los Angeles, which is the largest archdiocese in the country, wasn't exactly what you would expect from an American patriot, would you, sir?
Look, here's the deal. Culture is changed when you control three things: the media, the state, and the church. Okay? We've been hitting it all morning from different angles about how the media has been lying to us, the local state government, Newsom, Karen Bass, they've been involved. But the last part of that triangle is the church. And the Archdiocese of Los Angeles, which is at the epicenter of this whole entire operation, with Archbishop Gomez overseeing it, has stood by, and not only stood by, but really participated in this illegal invasion of the country. Let me explain. He released a statement yesterday, came off, wonderful sounding about how he's concerned about, these raids going on. But one key point, he says there is no need for the government to carry out enforcement actions in a way that provokes fear and anxiety among ordinary, hardworking immigrants and their families. Dear Archbishop, how exactly are we supposed to be carrying out this operation? Do we expect that these criminals are just going to come to ICE and say, hey, I'm turning myself in. Here we go. I mean, this is a joke, okay? Further, he goes on, point 3, to say, I urge Congress to have a fix in the immigration system. Okay, that's wonderful. Where were you, Archbishop, respectfully, the last 4 years while your bishops' conference, and yes, you were president of the bishops' conference, and you guys were taking in millions of grants, and you said nothing while our southern border was destroyed and the people, the poor people in your community were suffering because these people were coming in, taking their jobs, selling drugs, human trafficking, and the works. We are not buying this, and it's so sad as a Catholic to see you trying to play this moral high ground when we're calling your bluff.
But it's also turning the people, how much of the church, because they're so liberal and have gotten away from Catholic teachings. This is what I told Dolan years ago in New York when he jumped me. I said, hey, I'm living in New York. I see you go to the churches, and they're empty. And the reason the church is empty, you're not teaching Catholicism anymore. And the way you try to fill the churches is through the illegal immigrant community. That's what they've done in Los Angeles. They're a huge part of the problem. This is why Catholic Charities is a big part of the problem. Are they not, sir?
They absolutely are. And you know what? The worst part about this, Steve, that irks me is they knew this was going to happen, okay? They knew how difficult it would be for Tom Homan and those amazing ICE agents to go into those communities and pull those people out that weren't supposed to be there. They foresaw this and they allowed it. They were taking grants, as you said, via Catholic Charities in the millions from the Biden administration to facilitate this. It's no secret. Everybody knows this. So to come out now and say, this is horrible, we should be concerned about our local citizens, we don't want this unrest, it's a joke. And I got to call their bluff for the sake of just the truth, because it, as you always say so well, Steve, we will win this battle for taking back our country when we take back the institutions, the state, the media, and the church.
Where did they go? Yep. You're all over this. And by the way, you and Posobiec, all of you had this great march at the Dodger Stadium a couple of years ago to try to stop the desecration of the church, what the Dodgers were doing with the transgender ideology. And the Archdiocese didn't have your back whatsoever. That's how radical they are, and that's why the pews are empty. Yeah,
So
where do
we need
people
to
go
break
for
that-
all your
that
great?
false- Yeah, exactly.
sir.
You know, the people that showed up there, 5,000 people on a Friday afternoon, were mostly Hispanic men. So this false idea that you guys are just, we're with poor Hispanics or just supporting you, that's not the truth. The Hispanics in there who came legally want law and order, and they love our country, and they're sick of this transgender ideology that's being pushed down their throats, and you said nothing when they came to your local Dodger Stadium. So it's time to stand up. You can find us at CFORC on X, or my own USA Yep, also on X. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, brother. Everybody should go there. Let's push out that social media.